Line drive to right.
Takes a three.
Touchdown 49ers. Hurry!
Larry Krueger here at KNBR.com as we look back at the NFL Scouting Combine. And, you know, there's always a lot of speculation. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? How many guys made money? How many guys lost money? I'll give you a few guys that I think really did make some money this week. Now, the first guy is Darren Lee from Ohio State, and this guy is an exceptional talent. Whether you play him as a weak side backer in a 4-3 front or like the 49ers in a 34 front, we'll probably ask this player to play an inside linebacker position. He has a lot of the same attributes that Navarro Bowman had coming out of Penn State. He runs like the wind, he's very instinctive, and he's going to be able to help you as a 3-down linebacker. You don't have to take this guy off the field. Now, on the other side, that's the Big Ten player. Out of the SEC, you know, Deion Jones out of LSU is an undersized linebacker who ran 4.59 at 220 pounds. And is another guy who can play inside in a 3-4, he can play outside in a 4-3, he runs like the wind, he can stay on the field for all 3 downs. If you're looking for the next Navarro Bowman and the next Patrick Willis, don't forget Darren Lee or Deion Jones out of LSU. So just a couple guys that really jumped out. Another guy that really jumped out is Charles Tapper, who's an Oklahoma defensive end who weighed about 275, 280 pounds. This guy ran 4.59 at that weight, which is a tremendous time for somebody who weighs over 270 pounds. He ran so fast that they actually are now considering him as a guy who may be able to transition from a 4-3 defensive end to a 3-4 outside backer and rush the passer. And Tapper is a guy he was very productive at Oklahoma, a really, really solid player, really strong against the run, but also fast enough to rush the passer. Now you're going to see him as a guy who's probably going to be in the 3rd, maybe the 4th round because of those measurables. The other guy who I thought had a tremendous week was Keith Marshall, the running back from Georgia. You know, he ran 4.31 at 225 pounds and had over 20 reps of 225. This guy, his freshman year in Athens, was thought of right there with Todd Gurley. In fact, they were calling him Gershel as far as Marshall and Gurley together. And, you know, obviously Gurley was the Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL this year for the Rams. And Marshall is not quite to that level, but you're talking about a player who's going to be on the board in round 5 and maybe round 6. So he stands out. And then locally, Daniel Lasco had a tremendous workout, the former Cal Bear running back. He ran a great 40 time. He had tremendous athletic reps. He had he had good 225 reps. He had a number of reps on the bench. So clearly this guy, he had a good 3-cone drill. So Daniel Lasco, the Cal running back who was banged up throughout the year, was another guy who really impressed people. And another on a local front, you know, 2 other guys that really stood out were Devin Kajus, the Stanford receiver. A lot of people thought coming into the draft process that he would be like maybe an undrafted guy or a 6th or 7th round guy. He had the best 3-cone drill of almost anybody at the Combine, showing that athleticism, and at 6'4", about 230 pounds. He's a guy who I think a lot of teams are going to have interest in, probably in the 5th round or after. And then, of course, the other running back, Tyler Ervin from San Jose State, really had a nice combine as well. This is a guy who's right around 200 pounds. A lot of people feel like he's a special teamer, but I think he's a guy who can help you from scrimmage as a runner and as a receiver. And Tyler Ervin, who had a tremendously productive year for San Jose State, he also went to Indy and worked out well. And I think you're going to see him kind of vault himself from like a 6th, 7th round pick to a guy who's probably going to go in the 5th round. And of course, you keep it locked on KNBR.com for all of the late breaking and up to the minute analysis of the upcoming NFL draft.